Hello. Alright. I took care of building the suspension off stream. Same as damn near every other kit we've done so far. Nothing new there. Just added the resin wheels, gave them a little turn. This is the CMK engine set. It's one of the older sets, so I figured it was more appropriate for an earlier Humvee build, which this one is. Only thing I've done is I removed the casting blocks with my Dremel tool. Just got to refine some fit on it. So I need that and the files. So this is still fitting oddly right around here. And all you can do is just keep checking and checking and checking. Weird. Oh, we're gonna do this again? Give me a minute, Major Havoc. Yeah, one moment. Every now and again, my headphone jack likes to go, "You've plugged something in, you've unplugged it, you've plugged something in, you've unplugged it, you've plugged something in." And it just keeps going, "Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum," over and over again. So let me knock down the gain a little bit on the video. It's a little too bright. So how you doing? So that's the CMK engine set. Just basically a block of detail. Come on, autofocus. Play nice. No, we're not playing nice today. Okay. Let me see here. We're gonna play around some more then. Don't you just love how today is full of just technical issues? So I just changed the focus depth. Overall, the detail's pretty okay, representative at least. We're going to probably add some more wires once we get it finally put into the front of the vehicle. It doesn't give you the whole engine, obviously, but it's enough. What, Marmar? I just started streaming. Need a more aggressive file. What, little buddy? Let's give this here just a little lick with the file, square it up a hair. Same with this, because that's where it meets the body. Okay. I'm trying to square this up a hair too. And just keep checking that fit as you go along. Looks like I need to bring this down a little more. I did most of the work out in my shed with a Dremel tool just to get the casting block off. Actually, see if we can get the 80 grit to help a bit more here. I'm trying my best not to put my hand or thumb or anything on the main bulk of the detail. This is a bit more aggressive. You really won't see this part anyway. And this is really all part of using any resin set, is just test fitting and test fitting. Give me a minute, Marbles, okay? I just started streaming. What do you want? Don't yell at me. I don't know if you can hear him or not. Starting to fit a lot better. Probably just needs a little more work right here. And sorry for the late start today. It's been kind of a weird day. So we can't have that right up against there. That's not how that's supposed to go. There's supposed to be a gap there for wow, my brain just pooped. There's supposed to be a gap there for the old mirror that used to be there. It's just the way the area is formed. They never changed it when they deleted the old style mirrors. This says it's designed for the old Academy or the Tamiya kits. The old Academy kits are essentially built just like the Italeri kits. Check on something real quick. Got some supplies coming from Amazon too. They should be here tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty. Why are you still having trouble there? Is it really because of that? I just hope this doesn't affect the Verlinden set because I had to really trim this down. I should probably clean this up a bit better regardless because there's going to be some Verlinden stuff that goes there. And I am working out of focus again. Wonderful. I really should look into getting a new camera. Yeah, that's way too big of a gap. Let's see this here. Another thing I noticed while looking at pictures of a real hood is that these front openings no longer have the armored grill in it. They're wide open. and they just have mesh behind them, especially on this type of hood. So I've found many pictures, and we're going to do that today too. And we're going to try something new. You know, a lot of people use the red spot and glazing putty for doing fill work and stuff like that. It's good for bulk work, but it's solvent-based. While perusing for paints and parts and stuff for my Camaro, I ran into this. And it comes with... So, I've got the back of the headlight assemblies kind of installed last night just to make sure I got it kind of close looking. And we're going to fill those little holes there with this stuff and see how well it works. I'm going to give a little more attention to this, and then we'll be able to get on our way with more of the actual model. Sorry if it's been a bit dry right now, just... It's been a tough morning for me. I slept a little harder than I wanted to, and then just woke up kind of just bleh. I wish there was more positive location on this for where it goes on the frame. Kinda got it eyeballed at the moment. Take another look at some real shots. I think I can actually take this thin stuff here off. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay. So once I get this glued on here, I can temporarily install it on the frame, which would allow me to position this in the proper spot. And glue that to here. The hood's not going to ever be closed again, so I think I'm just going to have to wing it. Okay, there's the transmission dipstick, oil fill. Gonna have to add some lines going across here, and the feed return for the overflow bottle. And there's some little things still left to add that'll fill it out nicely. Sorry, just bringing some things up to look at. Everything is working, I just don't know what's going on. Okay. Let's get this side locked. And I'll be able to get this side close. Locked there. Or not at all. Wonderful. Okay. So it's supposed to sit like that. Okay. Let's run some super glue right here. There's the back handle of a file just to run it through. The windshield. I want to test it real quick. I just know for a fact that this is not supposed to sit flush against there. And I'm not going to have it do that. And once that's installed, I'm going to have to back that with some styrene. Give me one moment, please. All right, we're back. I might glue this in now, because a lot of other things hinge on it in terms of placement anyway. You see the instructions for the Verlinden set. Yeah, I'll need the windshield in place anyway, so we can get that in, which will allow me to address that gap right there. I want to see something else. Picture. Okay, that's not it. Could have sworn I had a picture of just that spot. I just don't like how that does that. It's in the right area, though. Weird. And this won't fit perfectly, but I can still kind of give it a test. Yeah, they've got that too long then. So let me go back down to that picture. Yeah. That's what the problem is. So that does go like that to fit properly. I just need to cut in a gap there. I need to file in an actual hole in that area. So I'm going to make some sacrilege here. There. So what's happened is this should actually be to here. Right there. And then this can be put back into its proper spot. So I wasn't wrong. There was something odd about it. I'm looking at a picture of the real thing. Okay, saw. Give me the fucking... Thank you. Just gotta be careful because it's pretty close to the edge of the lip on the air filter cap. Air intake cap, I should call it. Alright, let's try this again. Let's clean things up from where I screwed the glue up before. back to flat. Now we test fit. Much better. I may still shim that spot with some plastic, but the fact that this meets up with there and there properly, and with here, I feel a lot better about that. Yeah, much better. So I'm going to do there again. Yep, that notch is right in there perfectly. Much better. This is also part of the problem with adding aftermarket stuff. It begins to affect the fit of damn near everything else. So. But that's a lot better, and we'll be able... I can actually cut that off, I don't need that, because that's a lip that the hood was supposed to rest on while it was closed in the kit. I think that's just flat on the real thing. Or the engine insert replicates what's needed there. Yeah, so I can take that strip off and it'll fit even better. Okay. All right, perfect. Nothing a little Mr. Surfacer can't fix from the inside once I go to glue that down, which I should probably do now. I'll still be able to get the gas pedal and the brake pedal and stuff in there. It'll be a bit tricky, but I can do it. My wrist just popped. So yeah, we'll glue that on in a minute. I want to make sure we get the lower part of the engine installed properly. Now that we got the upper part figured out. Ah, we're going to have to take a little bit out there. Or actually, just cut that out. That way you can still see the belt from the bottom, and it gives more of the illusion of a complete engine's in there. Or you have to take a little off what appears to be the power steering pump. We'll just take it all off. We don't really need it now, since that is replacing that detail. Yep, that sits perfectly. Now get this lined up. There's the heater hose for the upper return. Knew I was going to do that eventually. These parts are so thin. Stay, please. Note to self, don't push on that shit. Now if I do this right, I should be able to take the top off and handle it separately. As centered as possible. That's as good as I'm getting it. Maybe. Nope. Okay. That's why I hate working with super glue half the time. You think you got it and you don't. That's centered. Okay. Better. Much better. And then the hood will be like that. So plenty of visibility. Obviously doesn't fit too well over it because it's made to look right, not actually fit right, unfortunately. The Bronco kit probably does a better job, but it's tooled all together. Considering we've got 3 disparate companies here, we've got CMK, Verlinden, and Italeri. I don't know, I think that's pretty good. And yep, that comes apart exactly as I wanted. Let's get it back together, see. Alright. Goes back together just fine. I really like how that looks. There we go. Autofocus is playing kinda nice. I like that. So, what do we want to do next? Can't really do the hoses that I've got to add, so that they'll be kind of an interim thing when we finally join the body. Hey George, how you doing? Welcome in. It's been kind of a lonely stream so far. We've been on 45 minutes. One person's come in and left. Just finished installing this aftermarket resin engine set for the Humvee though. All that matters is it looks right. And for the most part it does.
Georgia Davis 7629 said, "Dude, that's a brilliant idea."
I figure if I'm doing all the Verlinden stuff on this one, I may as well throw an engine in it too. There's the hood. We've got to scratch build all the hood reinforcement structure though. So the engine arrived today, right before I started, so I took it out to the shed, did all the necessary Dremel work on it, removed all the pour stubs, and we literally just finished fitting it. Say that 5 times fast. I'm just waiting for somebody to try calling me a hypocrite, because, like, you always say you don't need this. Like, and you don't. I want to do it. That's different. Looks like it might be better if I just applied a little super glue to the middle of the windshield. Because it's touching the resin more than it's touching here. It's not going to have a top on it, so it's not going to affect the fit of the model. Oh, that was my wrist. Okay. That's better.
At Georgia Davis 7629 asks what car is that?
Just a Hummer. Humvee. What other cars am I building on here? No. Or trucks, for that matter. Okay. Let's get this back out. And this.
At Georgia Davis 7629 says the
No, Jeeps are different. Okay. I'm sure people are getting bored at seeing these, though. Okay, tweezers.
At Georgia Davis 7629 said back to decorating the tornado for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting a Tornado ECR. I want to get the 32nd scale Tiger Meat one again. Built it once long ago, never got around to finishing it. It dove off a shelf. Where does the gas pedal actually connect in the vehicle? Okay. Brake pedal just, I think, glues to the roof from the look of it. Or not the roof, but it glues up in there somewhere. We'll make it work. And yeah, I'm kind of having a day today. If we have to end early, we might end early, just because... Yeah, yesterday was weird for me. And then we'll be on again tomorrow, or not tomorrow, well, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. We'll definitely be on again Sunday. For a Friday, today is oddly slow. Okay, so it does have a slight bend to it. Excuse me. Oh, this is gonna be fucking fun. What the hell? Sorry, I'm just repositioning my light so I don't hit my head on it. So we're doing a little trick with the blue tack for these problematic photo etch parts. Doop. And that gets glued up there. Okay. But I want to do this. We're going to impart a bit of an outward curve to it so it sticks away from the floor a bit better. And then it can go up there. Now that that's up there, get it to sit more naturally. And spritz. Kick it. So now we have pedals in place. I don't think the gas pedal's supposed to angle like that. No. And it's attached properly. I should have paid more attention when I glued it in, but it is what it is. Nope, wrong way. Bend the other. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna leave it. And then we just have the high beam, low beam box. What's it called? Dimmer switch. The dimmer switch box. Which they give me the base plate for it, but they don't actually have a dimmer switch on it. My red pliers. Okay, maybe I don't need my red pliers. Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of trying to bend this, let me see something here. I'm just going to use a piece of plastic C-channel. Much better. Because with that, I can then take a small bit of styrene rod. We'll need this strip in a minute. And actually make the dimmer switch and glue it to it. Cut it a bit oversized. Dot of glue. Right there. Let that dry for a sec. Hey Joel, how you doing? Yeah, we've been on for about an hour. It's been kind of a dead stream. George was in here, but I think he's lurking. Working on decals on a model. Yep. It controls the high and low beams on older vehicles, especially GM. It was a small button mounted on the floor. It wasn't mounted on the control column. And it's something they kept in the Humvee because it's mechanical, it's analog. And it's easier to replace just the switch than to have to tear apart the whole steering column if it malfunctions. It came with a photo etch piece for it, but that piece didn't have the actual switch. It was just a piece of metal you fold the edges on and then glue it in place. I replaced it with a piece of C-channel and actually put a small nub on it for the button. Since this will have the top off and everything. This will have the top off and the engine bay open, so I figure we'll just have it all in there. Did I even get that glued in properly? Not that it really matters. You're barely going to be able to see it even when it's open topped. So, but we installed the engine, or I should say the resin block. Hey, model student. It's going alright. Thanks everybody for coming in. I even feel like I started a bit later today.
7629 said
So, I don't know. Today's weird. I'm not in a bad mood, but I'm not in a great mood either. But yeah, there's the engine compartment. Come on, autofocus, be nice. Really? There we go. So I went through and built the undercarriage last night, since that's the same in every model. It's pretty boring to stream, so I figured I'd save you all that. But yeah, the beginning of the stream was just fine-tuning the fit on the CMK resin set. One thing they did get wrong is they made this piece here too large, so it needed to be trimmed back to leave the old mirror gap. Once that was done, it fit perfectly. Oh, my god, the call scammers have just been on fire this week. Good lord. We're trying to contact you about your Medicare. How about you don't? So I'm gonna run some Mr. Surfacer in the minor gaps that are all on this, just to seal the light leaks. Then we'll start working on all the framework inside the hood. And we're gonna mess around with some UV curing putty. It's supposed to be like a spot and glazing putty, like the old Bondo Red, but it cures with UV. Yep, so instead of having to wait 2-3 hours for the putty to dry, you can zap it. It's the same thing that they basically... It's the same bonding agent as the UV resin for printing, I believe. And I'm just putting some Mr. Surfacer on thick to seal these. It's kind of nasty and overcast and gray here, too. It's like it wants to rain, but it doesn't know if it should. That might be part of what's got me down. I woke up late. I slept in... Like, I didn't even know I had slept in. I just woke up and it was 9:20, and I'm like, oh shit.
At the Model Student 20 said the resin is great for lenses. I just started using it.
Oh yeah, that's sealing up nicely. I don't mind the constant mist type days. Those are actually the days I like. Those are the days when I lived in England. I used to take my tanks out and just take them for walks all through the woodland behind the house. No better weathering than real weathering, right? Probably gonna have to just throw a small piece of plastic up in there just to seal that. Since we did change it from the kit by adding that outboard piece here. Fill in the old mirror hole. This did a great job on that windshield to firewall seam. Work on the Viper. Work on the AH-1Z. You know you want to. Really? Please tell me the comment is still there. I want to go read it and I want to respond. It's like, hey man, ain't you ever heard of ASMR? Maybe he's crinkling the bag for the rest of the audience that appreciates that noise. Because doesn't everybody just want to sit there and listen to... You just want to listen to that all for like 5 minutes straight, you know? Yeah, I gotta see this. Now you've piqued my interest, I've got to see this. Sorry, I need a minute anyway. It's been a fucking day, you know? I can't not say that now.
Overall, though, I'm generally...
Who's on my chair? Oh, it's the little mistress. Hello, Allie. Hi. Here, let me make a spot for you. There you go. Yep. No boxes for you today. No, I don't have a box for you today. Come here. Come here, little missy. There you go. So it's just taking me forever to get into your profile. I don't see it. Oh, 3 minutes just to open a bag? Eh. Should put sometimes anticipation is the key. That's okay, something weird's been going on with my shit anyway. On Twitch, subs dropped off. YouTube, I was up to 633, and now it's back down to 631. There's something weird going on with all the stuff. A neat thing is, though, since this comes with its own instrument control panel piece, I can save the correct one from this for another Humvee. I was half tempted to start the Bushmaster today, but I'm like, nah, I got too many in progress. The Bushmaster would be a straightforward build, though. Since I've got the tires for it, I've got the new rear plate for it, everything else in it's right. There's nothing I have to wait on to correct.
At Clean Autos 220 said it's the journey, not the destination. I lost a couple subs yesterday.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like YouTube just auto-purges old accounts and stuff. It's like, hey, I'm trying to grow the thing, not slow the thing, so let's make up our mind here. That'll be partially blocked off by the heater vent ducting. But I just want to make sure that it's pretty much sealed up.
At Clean Autos 220 said I grabbed a 1025 yesterday. I like that slant back.
So if you ever get the 996 kit, the tow missile launcher one, it has all the parts for a 1025 in it, minus an extra roof.
At Clean Autos 220 said it had a
Oh yeah.
only $30 couldn't resist.
And it's got the proper wheels. It's out the box. It's a pretty damn good kit, especially for its age. It's an early 90s kit. Hey, Aries. But for the most part, it's to me, wow, I can't talk today, can I? For its age, it's a top-notch kit. There's really nothing inherently wrong with it.
At Clean Autos 220 said
So yeah, let's get that over there. Let's try out this UV light curing putty, shall we? I wonder how runny it is. Supposed to be a spot and glazing putty like the Bondo Red. Okay, is there anything in the tube? Jesus. Oh. Oh, it's purple! So, we're gonna take a little bit on our handy-dandy X-Acto blade, stringy, put it in the back of the headlight housing that I've made. And I think it turns green when it's cured. This is relatively new on the market, from what I understand, too. Okay, let's get you down in there a bit better. Seems like there's an air bubble. First impressions? No nasty smell like printing resin. And no nasty smell like toluene or other solvents that would be in a more standard spot and glazing putty. It comes with its own little curing light. Don't stare at it, Allie, you'll go blind. Yep, turns green. Neat! Either that or I just fucked up my eye color saturation. It is semi-transparent, so it looks like you can get a pretty good depth on it in terms of like how thick you make it. But we're also going to see how well it sands and files. Because this could be a game changer, believe it or not. It's too runny to use for making Zimmerit. I'll give it that. So if you wanted to use this on like your Tiger tanks and stuff to make Zimmerit, it won't work. But yeah, it turns green. That's cool. So let's see. You see how that's got kind of a purplish look to it? We're going to expose the leftovers here. Plus, being on the card, it'll give me a bit of room to fuck it up. Yep, you can see how it's turning green. Ooh, it heats up too. Wow. When it kicks, it gets hot. Which resins do that, but wow. Aww. Hi, little princess. A good, hard finish. I can't even get my nail to bite into it. Let's see how well it sands. Because it is a spot and glazing putty, so it should be sandable to get a nice good finish. Made for cars, but... yeah, it sands really well. Whoa, nice and hard, too. Even the underside, where it was on the paper, doesn't really have a stickiness to it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Let me cure the rest of what's on my paper towel so I don't wind up sticking my hand in it. Watch the paper towel catches fire. What are you sneaky? You're playing sneaky deaky, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying to be the center of attention, aren't you, girl? You're right there. Yeah, you're right at the edge of the camera. Little sneaky deaky. But you do have to be careful. I believe this is the kind of UV light that can fuck with your eyes and give you a weld burn on your eyes. So, maybe some of those goggles that filter out UV would not be a bad thing to have when you're using these. Not wrong, Aries. But at least this won't instantly cure as soon as it touches the moisture on my eyes. But yeah, for that little test, I like it. I foresee using it on some other projects. Being that it's a bit runnier, it'll kind of seep into details and cracks a bit more readily. Oh yeah, really, really tough when it's cured. You could almost use it to make quick casts of parts. Like, say if you lose a part and you've got a double, you could make a quick mold, throw this into it, and UV cure it. I really like that. That's some nice shit, man. Hi. You're blepping. Your little tongue is sticking out. Okay, so before we go framing in all the framework on the hood, I need to cut and install the mesh. Which that mesh ribbon I bought for the Fennec windows is also perfect for this in size. I just need a new X-Acto blade. Tomorrow we should be getting a restock on some weathering effects stuff and a big-ass bottle of NATO Green. Because locally the Tamiya is getting harder to come by. I'm not going to use mission models for it. So I've ordered a 10-ounce bottle of Vallejo NATO Green primer. Because we got Humvees to do and I have an M113 to paint. But as I was stating earlier, soft top Humvees, especially ones with the graded grill like this, you'll notice the kits always have like 4 or 5 bars going across here. They are not there on the real deal. I think they were on a couple of the prototypes and some of the up-armored ones, but they've been overall removed, from what I can tell. And they just have a mesh behind them. So we're going to install that mesh on the front and the upper grille. Yeah, the armored ones have louvers there, the unarmored ones do not. What the fuck? I'm just trying to get a straight pull on this for the cut. Straight enough. Let's get this edging off of it. I found some good pictures of dismounted Humvee hoods. Alright. There. Now I also want to try something a bit different from using super glue to attach it. I should just be able to drop this on. I want to soften the plastic and see if I can just embed it into it. Since the mesh is fine enough, I should be able to just do that. It'll kind of just stick into the plastic. And it's nylon, so... But yeah, that's what I'm talking about in there. And the reason I'm doing this is, well, we're making the hood open. And not a single manufacturer outside of Bronco has detailed the underside of the hood for their kits. And nobody makes an aftermarket resin one. No, the hairspray would make it so it wouldn't stick. I'm not worried about stiffening it. I don't want super glue seepage to mar the mesh once it's in place. This might help it stick a bit more because the mesh is holding the glue a little bit. And I hope it comes out. Once we paint it, it should stand out too. Let's see if autofocus wants to play nice with us. Come on, focus. No. No. I want to see if it'll even show up for the camera. What the fuck? Oh, you'll focus now. Probably too much brightness. Too much up close, she doesn't like it. I don't know. There we go. Not perfectly straight, but what the hell. But if you look at the picture I posted last night, it is a very fine mesh. But that brings us to our next conundrum. That's a photo etch piece. And it does fit just inside it like that. So, I think we're good on the width for that. For the most part, we are. Let's remove more of the side here. So this one we are going to have to use super glue, but we're going to have to be very careful because it has to fit just inside that recessed area. So I'm going to get us another cleanish cut across. Get our corner laid in well. You know what? I got a better idea. This is just thick paper. It came with the Verlinden Humvee wheels. Really, finger? You're gonna do that to me? Yeah, I thought that kicked up a little bit there. Because what I want to do with this is just lay it under the mesh and cut around it. And there we have our size. Come on. Oh, I've been fumbling all day. I slept a little deeper and a little longer than I expected today, so it's thrown me way the fuck off. No, that's good enough. I'll live with that. And then that way. I can just put it there, hold the fabric down with it, get a good press on that side, cut all the way through. Good press on that side. Good enough. A few stragglers to take care of. There. And this is finer than what Academy gives you, and I think actually looks more correct. It's an extremely fine mesh. So what I'm thinking of doing to hold it down to the photo etch is liquid clear. Okay, what's your issue? It's like there's just little bits of something keeping it from just dropping in place. Nope, hairspray could clog it too. What is it with you and hairspray today? Hey Jeff, how's it going? Yeah, watch out for Model Student. He's a bit obsessed with hairspray today, apparently. Is it windy where you are? Is everything okay? Gene Simmons coming out of retirement? Because isn't Gene Simmons Canadian by birth? Or something? Kiss and Twisted Sister making new albums? I mean, what's going on here? Why? I really don't know how long I'll be on today. Like I said, today's just been... It's been a fucked up day. Not in a bad way, but just one of those days you wish you could just go back to bed and start over. But you know, if you do, you'll just wake up tomorrow. So I'm using liquid floor shine, so future, essentially, to attach this down, since it's very thin and runny.
At Jeff Walls, LE1, you I said same here.
It's so fine I can't tell if it's laying down all the way or not. I guess it's no big deal, because when it's in, you'll see it, but not, like, direct on. So it'll be like that. I'm getting plenty of places, you know, I'm getting stuff done. But it just feels like I've got a lead brick living in my skull. It's a pain in the ass doing 35th scale crap. Is that the Chinese ripoff Red Skull? So, N scale is equivalent to what full size scale? Catch me up, I've forgotten a lot of my train scale stuff. Is it like 1/350th scale? It's like one of the smaller ones, or is it larger? Or is 1/350th more like Z scale? Yeah, he's got weight problems, just a bit slower than Red. So more like 1/144th. Because I know HO used to be referred to as equivalent to 176, even though it's more like 186.
ho scale /1:87 /.
Hey, what are you doing, Allie? You're not gonna jump up there. Okay, give me a second. I'll open your spot back up. I'm sorry. Here you go, girl. Come on. Up you go. Come on.
At model student 20 said to small for me I struggle with 172.
Yeah, I've been looking into a different subject. I want to do a Scamel Pioneer. But I cannot... I mean, I can find the kits. But they're not cheap anymore. Thunder and IBG do really good ones in 35th scale. I used to work 72nd scale all the time. Alright, Iris. Take it easy. Drive safe. Wow, the call scammers really are on one today. The dingo ate my baby! Oh, wait. Ow. Kind of drawing in the framework that I need to recreate. It looks like it squiggles a little bit. I'm just going to make it straight and then, yeah, I need to make it angled because it has to go behind the hole for the lift and then there. This one's more of just a straight shot like that. This is just so I can eyeball everything together. There. There. Alright, that should be enough to get me started. A lot of people don't even know what the underside of the hood to one of these things looks like. I did this once a long time ago. Tried to scratch build the engine bay. It was before the CMK stuff was even known about. Nobody had done it before. For a 13-year-old, it was okay, but I'm glad I didn't take pictures. How's that? need to get the picture back up for it. And please let me know if I start working outside of camera. I think that also shows how long I've been stupidly obsessed with this vehicle. Sorry, I got an itch on my leg. Okay, this one I have to cut here. Because from there, it just goes straight.
At the model student 20 said I have 4 different variants now upon these.
So you got the Bushmaster, the 1025, the 1151, and what's the other one? Okay, there is a raised edge along that too. We're not done just yet. Is it the Italeri one that's like the Desert Patrol? Or that's what they call it anyway. It's got this high back on it and a machine gun. Huh? That's what hobbies are for, Jeffs. Enjoy the hobby. Don't worry about what the rest of us are doing. Have fun in your domain. And if somebody comes in and tries to tell you you're doing it wrong, be honest with them and just tell them to go fuck themselves. Yeah, the desert one is mostly correct out of the box. Except it uses the newer Italeri mold where they updated the body to have the divots in the lower part of the frame rail of the body, when it should actually have the same body as the Bushmaster without the divots or the vent. I only know this because I have pictures of the real thing. Because of course I do, right? Like the Bushmaster, it was never fielded. Yeah, it was one of those systems that was never used. If you want to see how mine looks, it's in my shorts somewhere. Not too old, so you should be able to find it pretty quickly. And my back just started hurting. But it's been 2 hours. I haven't really had a move around break yet. Once I get this to start laying down, I'm going to pause and then take a break real quick. Alright, I'm going to pause. I'll get some music going, then I'll pause. Like I said, my back started hurting. It's probably going to rain tonight. Or if not already. We'll try out this bagpipe fusion music, see how annoying it gets before I have to turn it off.
At the model student 20 said mine too. I put with some futuristic century robots. Lol.
So, I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Alright, stretch time over. But yeah, here's how my so-called desert patrol one turned out. I made it up just like the pictures I found of the prototype when it was being field tested. Only thing I added was some Panzer Art wheels. Everything else is out of the box and Tamiya stowage. And I think it also had the larger bumper on it, but I can't remember. I could look at the pictures, but I'm not going to bother. Oh, I can already tell this is going to annoy the ever-living piss out of me, so we're going to find some different music. It doesn't sound the same on headphones.
At the model student 20 said that is gorgeous.
Okay, where were we on the hood? Not the battleship. Okay.
At the model student 20 said love that camo.
Just your standard NATO 3 color camo. There's that. And I'm just copying what I see on the real hood in the pictures. So, then this one. Come on, work, please. Why do my fingers feel like they're twice the size than they actually are? Motor control lost. Nah, just my knuckles are stiff. We got pressure changes galore coming through. Let me see here. It was raining yesterday. It was supposed to be raining today. Hasn't really been yet. High in the 50s. Yeah. I'm just gonna whine and complain like the old man I am.
The model student 20 said thumbs up emoji. Oh yeah, just your standard perfectly recreated camo pattern. That's all.
Oh, hardly perfect.
Burning face with sweat emoji going on the floor laughing emoji.
If anyone says that I'm perfect, I can show you a liar. Because I am not perfect. I just try my best, and that's all you can do. Who's on that chair? Is that an Allie or a Frankie? Who is that? Do we have an Allie? We have an Allie. You're a good girl. Hi. Oh, you're gonna creep closer, huh? Let's see if we can do that again. Hey, get your nose out of that. What? What, Stinky?
The model student 20 said I know.
Hey, don't chew on that. Are you gonna start being a pain in the ass, Ellie? Because you want attention? Jeez, you're gonna push everything off with your fat little butt. Okay, let me move this since we're really not working with anything in those boxes. Okay. There. Now you have more desk to spread your rear end out on, okay? Okay, now I need my styrene, because there's a box that goes... So this is kind of correct. Hey, no, give me the wire. This is kind of correct. There is a protrusion here for the turn signal assembly, but there's another box for the side marker light as well. And the same thing over here. So I need to find my styrene. Styrene! Maybe too thin. That might be just right. Are you gonna be trouble? You got eye boogie. Come here. Come here. There you go. Yeah, let's get your pretty eyes out. Come here. Pretty girl. Anyway. Do I baby my cats too much? Probably. Do I care? Not really. Drop. Yeah, I'm hurting today, so that did not feel right. I'm amazed I'm getting what I am accomplished. I just hope this doesn't carry on until Sunday. This is an unusually thick piece of card, so I'm just scoring it a bit more than usual. And I need pliers. There. So the difficult thing is the proportions of everything are slightly off. So this will be, as with anything I do, more representative than factual. Let me get my headlights. Let me get my turn signals and my night driving light in first. That'll help. Hi, Stinky Floof. This box is not for you. Do not try to get in it. Hey, hey. Just tried nibbling on my arm. What is it with you and nibbling lately? You've been getting worse about that, girl. For a while it seemed like she was like easing off, but now she's all rar rar rar. So this is your blackout condition driving light. People always say, oh, it's always so dim. That's the point. But also, If you try and use it in and around a city or someplace that's got a lot of light pollution, yeah, it's gonna look like shit. If you're in the middle of nowhere and your eyes have fully adjusted to nighttime, you turn that thing on and it's gonna seem like a Roman candle. And you're not meant to be driving at 60 miles an hour or something with it on. You're gonna be crawling doing 5.
At Jeff Rawls and the LZ warned you I said yes.
And with the advent of night vision, having that on would be like having a spotlight on. So... Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. They're sticking out through the back. So we're going to let these dry for a little bit. Because I want to shave the backs of them down so that way these, what I'm adding will fit properly. Mew, 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 mew. Hi, girl. We're also going to have a snack. I need something to munch. I'm getting hangry, I think. Lippy. Smacky.
The busy builder said, Lippy. Stream Elements said builder is making Lippy snacky noises. Hope he brought some for the rest of us. The busy builder said, Lippy.
Hi, Allie. How's my wide loaf, huh? I need a snack anyway. What I need to find next is the hood prop rod. It's on the driver's side. I need to see where it hooks up. I'm not seeing it in that picture. Off to Gov Planet I go. Oh, they changed it. It's on the passenger side now. Okay. Okay. no, it's on each side. Yeah, it's different. Okay. It looks like there might actually be like a piston rod holding it up. I'll have to look more later when I get to that step, putting the hood on. It's one of the turbo diesel ones too, so it sits differently. Weird cat. You keep laying like that, your neck's gonna hurt. She had her head just hanging off the table. Won't be snacking too much longer. Then we can get back to it. Okay. Come on, get off the X-Acto blade. There we go. Because after I get all this put in, I have to run a wiring harness from here to here, here to here, and then across the front with a plug that comes down this way. Because that'll have to be plugged in somewhere amongst all this shit. And I think for that I'm just going to use this thicker single strand copper, because it's about the right size scale wise. I'm not going to worry about trying to make every singular individual connection. A little more. That's almost got it. It just can't protrude into the wheel space too badly. Close enough is good enough. Okay. Let me go back to the other picture because it was in the sun. Okay. How could I do this? I think the easiest way would be to have one long strand that goes from here across and then out, and then tie in a strand from here to that, from here to that, and then from here to there.
At the model student when you said still here gluing figs together.
Why are you gluing figs together? Are you trying to make fig Newtons? That. I don't exactly know where that's going to be going yet. And then I need to get the length of it off those other pictures. So coming from the headlight. And again, I'm just eyeballing all this as best I can. It looks like it'll be about that long. Alrighty. Tweezers. I hope it looks right when it's all painted up. Or close enough, you know. Gotcha. And I just hope anyone who runs across this in the future just appreciates what I'm trying to convey here in terms of, like, the detailing and all that. Okay. No, the only kit that has an opening hood, so to speak, is the Bronco 1114, or yeah, 1114. And that's the only one off the shelf that comes with an engine in it as well. Its engine's similar to this one, it's just kind of a plate of detail that looks mostly correct. The one I've got here is the CMK resin set. Come on, you. However, if you were to get the CMK set that I'm using, you would be able to add an engine to your Humvee. But you would also have to do this much scratch building to make the underside of the hood look remotely passable. If that mattered as much to you. It does to me because I'm going through a lot of effort on other parts of the model. I just want the whole thing to be cohesively interesting. So, like, when you open it up, you'll see, oh, there is a wiring harness for the headlights. You know, it does go this way and that way, and it does the right things. There is the steel frame under the hood, all that. Because to me, it's not so much being perfectionary about it. It's more, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, you know. But it's not out of any necessity for being 100% perfect. It's the Bronco 1114 kit, yeah. The one I haven't ordered yet. I'm not gonna get it probably till December or January, to be honest. I want to try and get a couple of these out of the way before I get that one. You know what I mean, smartass. Okay. One more wire to add. If I can keep from knocking everything over. There we go. I've got long pieces of somethings heading into the holes they look like they need to be in. Let's finish up getting the outside details on. And I want to give this a good coating of primer anyway, the Mr. Surfacer, just so it kind of, because these are like blended into the fiberglass. They're like coated over. So I just want to kind of paint it over with some Mr. Surfacer, just to get that look, reduce the sharpness of it. Then I'll have to research where the headlights hook up on the vehicle. And then run the wire appropriately. Excuse me. What girl? What girl? Belly rubs. Let's give Gov Planet one more look. Man, they got a lot of up-armored ones lately. Okay, this one's got the prop rod too. Excellent. I'm going to save these pictures. Save. Sorry, I'm having squirrel moments, guys. Okay, it looks like that. So when I go to install this here, the wiring harness actually connects right down here, just in front of there at the base of the splash guard. So, excellent. Let me do something real quick. We're gonna get bendy with you. So I may as well just bend it to the right shape. And trim it to fit if I need to, which I don't. I just have to get it bent just over. So down a bit more, over a bit more. And that's close enough that when I go to glue it on, I can just finagle it in place. Bingo! That actually went a lot better than I thought it would. I was honestly dreading doing that, so... There go the hands. And I may wind up scratch building the hood hold down straps since they have to be open. So I might take it upon myself to get pictures of ones that are opened up and see how different they look as opposed to the closed ones that are all flattened down. Or is it like the Stez Fix? Solid. Yeah, I can't artificially deepen my voice like that. But you all also knew that I would be doing this eventually, where I'd just go hog wild on one of these and do all this kind of stuff. How could I not? Let me guess, you've ordered a Bronco 1114 now, haven't you? Or like me, you're going to wait to get a couple more finished before you replenish. So yeah, for the most part, the hood is complete. There's two little slivers of detail I still want to add. It looks like something to do with the hold down. You are ordering one, or you're holding off until you finish a couple? Oh! Yeah, that's the one I was going to order. It's cheaper. Boo! May your poutine be cold and curdled. Now I probably am getting into the area of stupid detail on this. No, that's if I was going to be... I believe so. Is it on eBay? Okay, is there absolutely anything else I'm missing? There is the stiffening plate that goes on the back of... Okay, now you want me to double check. Grr! Arg! I believe it's on my watch list. Or should I get this old Tamiya Bradley with an interior for 20 bucks? I'm trying to find the listing I saved. I know I saved it. There's the one I was watching for 40. But that was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. No, the one I was looking at was from Pennsylvania. There's a couple more I was looking at too. But like I said, I'm waiting for a bit anyway, so grab it if you want. Yeah, none of the ones I'm looking at appear to be from Canada. I was mistaken. Yeah, all Pennsylvania or stateside. Don't worry about it. I'm not getting one anytime soon anyway. I've got 3 more to do besides this one. And what is he sending me? Oh, yeah. Either Aries is home or he's stuck in traffic because he's sending me reels and pictures. So yeah, go ahead and get it. It'll be like your version of this one because it has all interior and all engine bay. I think the main thing it's missing is the wiring detail. Like, it's really crudely done. And like what you saw me add here isn't in it. But I think its hood is fully framed on the underside at least. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Hi, little alley monster. So, let me get this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Maybe not this then. Because I'm just being weird right now. I've got my thinned out Mr. Surfacer first. I've just got to be careful not to get it on the mesh, because this will fill in that mesh. Uh-oh, she's getting down to go cause trouble somewhere. And this is the stuff I've got thinned out for airbrushing. So that looks a lot better than I thought it would. So, alright, let's get the straight Mr. Surfacer now. Because I want to make these look all lumpy and bumpy like they are cast fiberglass. Like the mold's just been filled in. Because essentially that's what it is. Go along all these again. And even if you put it on thick, the surfacer does reduce a lot when it dries. Like I said, the key is to not get it on the mesh.
Model student 20 said still haven't fed dog. Roll right back.
Go feed the dog. How dare you starve your pupper? So there is a detail they had on the engine parts, but they were very thin and they broke off. It almost looked like flash, but it wasn't. I'm going to remake them out of paper when I go to do the hood open. But it's basically a rubber weather strip that goes along here. And when you close the hood, it folds over and keeps the airflow directed through the radiator. There's another piece of it I've got to glue right here. Cleaning the Mr. Surfacer out of the brush real quick. Okay. Oh. Oh. So there we are there. And then that there. Yeah, that'll look pretty damn good once it's all together. Ow. Something just fell onto the ground. Where'd it go? What sucks is it's the same color as the carpet. And at least it's not the exact part I need, but I probably will need it. Be right back. Where are you? There it is. There. It's the fire extinguisher. Ow. There go my hips. Sitting way too long today. But this is the part I was looking for. Yeah, this is probably the best reproduction of the instrument cluster on an early vehicle I've seen. Just using the saw to try and be as careful as possible until I can do that. Maybe I should lower the camera. Now we're working on tinier stuff. Now that Allie isn't here, I can get my parts back up on the desk. Steering column, I should say. And that just glues on there. A little bit of super glue. Go. Some kicker. I need that thinner strip of plastic. This will probably do fine. I gotta stand it on edge is all. There you go. And that is the last detail for inside the hood. Got one more to add outside. I don't know if I'll add it on this one though. I might save it for one of the heavier ones. It's the weight classification disc. Might save it for a different Humvee. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Now, let's sing there. I think it does go right there. Yeah.
Modern Student 20 said it is a bit nicer working under the hood today than a comfort your workspace instead of a cold wet garage.
Yeah. Hopefully the garage I have in the future is neither cold nor wet.
Modern Student 20 said they are good.
Right now, my garage can barely fit my Camaro in it. Ow. Okay, so how are you gonna go on? So this is the heater control box that I spent so much time scratch building on the 998. And now I've got one. It's not quite clear on how to glue it on. Or where. Really? Wow, everything is fumbly today, isn't it? See, it goes down here. I think I've got it.
Modern Student 20 said now you could test it with UV putty.
There's a time and a place for scratch building, to be honest. Like the underside of the hood, perfect example of that. In the time that I scratch built that, I'm sure somebody else could probably do a 3D model of it, but then I'd have to take the time to print it. Whereas I just scratch built it. Now, if I was gonna make more, I'd have refined it a bit more and actually tried to make it so I could cast it out of resin. This thing is pissing me the fuck off now. Just stay in place long enough for me to zap it. There. Okay, I see what's going on now. Yeah, there's got to be something moving in weather-wise. I am just starting to hurt all over for no fucking reason. I want to get this little piece of the dash kind of ready. And we might call it a day after that.
I make you break you today myself.
It's old person emergency day. How's that? Oh, really, you stupid fuck? Yeah, I gotta find some tools anyway. I've got a smaller pair of flat pliers that I typically use for doing long folds like this. This just keeps slipping in the jaws. Oh, don't let me stop you. If you want to be on, be on. I am not the god of the internet, so I do not control who does what in any means. If you want to stream, stream. Please do not let my existence stop you from doing that. Yeah, that just slipped further down into the pliers jaw. I'm getting it. I just like using the smaller pliers since they're tighter fit. I appreciate that. I'll make sure it's the saw, not the blade. Because I've done this before and had the blade slip and almost had a bad accident. Yeah, I'm going to have to find my other pliers for this. One more piece. I don't know how to fold it because they don't show you. But I've got to get this in before I can do the radio shelf, but I have to do this before I can do that. This thing's like an ogre. It's got layers. And you can kind of tell that I am starting to get frustrated at my own self, so I don't like that either. Well, these are decent. They're just a bit large for the job, but they're getting it done for the most part. It's just I've got a pair of red hobby-size needle nose for final work, or finer work, and they've got the teeth almost completely worn off of them, so they're really good for like going along and squaring things up. And everyone's like, "Oh, why don't you get a grab handler?" They're okay for most things, but not for everything. or not a grab handler, but you know, the photo etch thing where you clamp it down, you use a razor and fold it up and all that stuff. Okay. So this should glue right here and form the arch that's visible there.
At Model Student 20 said I have a small square head PR with no teeth. They look good with a little bit I've done to date.
So you kind of know what I'm talking about then. I know I have a picture of this spot that I'm working on, I just need to find it. Almost. But essentially the pliers are just a bit, you know, more keen than... They're a bit sturdier than tweezers, but smaller than your standard needle nose, so they're just really handy for this kind of shit. So this will literally go right there. Can we stop the shenanigans, please, with this part of the model? What was that one commercial for the exercise crap? Stop the insanity! Yeah, that's what this photo etch part's doing to me right now. So I'm gonna lock that in. And hopefully it'll allow me to get this wiggled around to where it's supposed to be. Nope, it just broke everything free. Yay! But now it's sitting how I want it. Of course. And now I've got to wait for that shit to dry. So let's just take you all the way out. Clean that off. And we're going to end it on that. So I've got to find some shit and do some shit. And I got to find my pliers. I got to find my angle nose tweezers. I got to find some things because I haven't cleaned my desk very thoroughly in the past few days. And it's starting to show. So yeah, we're going to end it here before I really lose it. And we wind up having a flying Humvee. Yeah. Sometimes mine too. Wow, that is really thick photo etch. That has no reason to be that thick for this purpose.
At Georgia Davis 7629 said Humvee guy.
Is that what I'm getting known as now? The Humvee guy?
At Model Student 20 said Shutter down loop. No and toffle down.
Yeah. I need to. I'm getting a little shaky anyway. I need to go make a real food run upstairs. Do some sandwich, maybe some soup. So, but thanks everybody for watching. It has been just over 3 hours. I'll keep you posted on any updates on this on the usual places. And everybody take